Welcome back, everyone. Sheepdog Smokey here, and we've got some good news, at least as I call it, coming out of South Texas. The community there has been under fire from the Wisconsin-based Freedom from Religion Foundation. Unfortunately, all of these idiots claiming First Amendment violations have not read the First Amendment. Very simply, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, nor abridging the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, the freedom to peaceably assemble or to petition for a redress of grievances. Nowhere in those words does it say that a county courthouse cannot have a cross on it. Indeed, many of the laws of this nation, murder, perjury, theft, come directly from religious sources. Now, of course, many people are going to claim that all of those were inspired by the Code of Hammurabi. And while there are definite similarities, the same people who claim Code of Hammurabi then claim that the Ten Commandments, which they say are really just the Code of Hammurabi, can't be displayed, simply because they have a connection to the Bible. Now, the local people there in San Jacinto are standing up and saying, no. If you don't have a subscription to PureFlix, I greatly recommend it, and no, I'm not sponsored by them, although I would love to be. There is a movie on PureFlix. It stars Candace Cameron Bure called Finding Normal. And there's a part of it that's very similar to this. And it's ripped directly from headlines, just as the premise of God's Not Dead, God's Not Dead 2, and God's Not Dead, A Light in the Darkness were. You see, what happens is they see a church on a college campus, or they see a cross displayed on the side of a road where someone was killed by a drunk driver or otherwise negligent driver. And they instantly jump into that is forcing religion on everyone. No, it is not. It is simply a cross. And the people of San Jacinto County have basically told Wisconsin, stay in Wisconsin. And they're doing the right thing because, as I've stated, this is not a violation of the First Amendment. Constitutionally, it would require Congress to issue a law stating that the cross was to appear on the courthouse or prohibiting all displays of Christianity, which would be prohibited in the free exercise thereof. The people of San Jacinto County overwhelmingly rejected the out-of-state group demanding that Texas obey them. And unfortunately, this is going to be pursued and pursued and pursued, and the San Jacinto attorneys are going to continue having to fight this. But this is, to me, a wonderful thing because it shows that people are still going to stand up to bullies. See, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, they go after bakers who tell a gay couple, you can purchase anything I've got pre-made. I'm not going to give you a special order, which I believe would constitute my condoning what I believe is sin. He didn't turn them away. He didn't throw them out. He told them he would not create a special order. They were still free to purchase from him. They ignore things like a coffee shop owner going on a profanity-laden tirade, kicking Christians out when they simply order what is available for anyone in the country to walk in and order, and then sit quietly and talk to each other. They ignore when someone calls Muslim-owned bakeries asking for a cake for either a homosexual wedding or a Christian event and are turned away. Are you noticing a theme? Freedom from Religion foundations never go after anyone but Christians. And there are very simple reasons why. They would show their complete idiocy if they went after, say, Buddhists or Taoists or Hindus or Shintos. Or they would show their idiocy because they would be attacked physically if they went after Islam. They go after Christians because for years upon years, Christians have just bowed their heads and said, fine, whatever, I don't want to rock the boat. And unfortunately, it has emboldened them to the point that now they believe that they actually have a right to tell Christians to hide their faith. If you look at the Supreme Court building, you will find an effigy on that. I'm not sure if that's the right word. I'm not up on engineering and construction terms, but it is basically a large sculpture where you will see Moses receiving the Ten Commandments. And thus far, They've not yet gone after the federal government for the Supreme Court building because it is a historical monument. But we have had examples of small school districts telling students they're not allowed to wear a cross pendant or t-shirts with religious messages on them, or carry their Bible, or have a Bible study after hours. We've had schools tell athletic teams they may not, on their own, out of sight of the spectators, pray before a game. This is not a coach leading the team in prayer. This is some students, perhaps not all of them, just praying on their own, and they're being told not to. This is not in any way forcing religion on anyone, and it never has been. But unfortunately, we live in a world where we have people who firmly believe seeing something forces them to abide by it. You can see it in the Chick-fil-A boycotts when someone hears that Dan Cathy, a private citizen, believes personally that marriage is a union between a man and a woman. And they instantly jump to boycott a company that does not have any policy anywhere that even mentions marriage. We have idiot students, as you will have seen yesterday, that try to compare Chick-fil-A to pornography or Hooters and have it banned from campus. And of course, if it happens, they're going to see their revenue go down, because the students who were eating at Chick-fil-A will still eat at Chick-fil-A. They'll just leave campus to do it. So not only will Chick-fil-A not be paying them to be on campus, students will no longer be purchasing things in the student union. And of course, the same people who demanded Chick-fil-A be kicked off of campus will then complain that they're being punished because students are unwilling to eat where they're being told they must. Unfortunately, we're headed for a time when we're going to have to make a choice. Christians are going to be forced to choose either to hide their faith and possibly deny it to do business. And those who do will have to make that choice. Those who don't will be attacked still for punishing the community by not supporting businesses in their community. And it will get worse and worse. For those of you who have read the book of Revelation, you know that there is a time coming when the world will be told you will either choose to take the mark of the Antichrist or you will be killed. You will be told you will not be able to buy or sell without the mark on your right hand or forehead. Those who refuse to take it will be killed. There will be those who manage to evade this, and they will be the ones growing what they can where they can and existing as best they can. And I for one, hope I'm not around for that dark time. But until then, we need to continue to do as the people of San Jacinto County have done and tell the world we're not going to bow. But I've talked about this long enough. It's a very cut and dry story in my mind. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Just remember that keep it civil. We do not learn from argument. We learn from debate. Also, remember, please to like and share this video, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications. I do apologize for any hesitation there. Had a tab decide to just start playing a video, which annoys the living daylights out of me when I've specifically muted it, but I can't change them. Again, please remember to like and share this video, as well as to comment, just keeping it civil, as well as to subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.